Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Money League. Joining me as usual, the doc from Canada. How are you, Dr. Graywell?
I'm doing good. We've broken the deep freeze.
Yeah, well, kind
We've
of
broken
got
it,
warm
so
here,
I'm
but
doing great.
it's back cold again. It's back cold again in Minnesota.
I shouldn't say I'm warmer than you.
Yeah, well, talking about cold, my team is running cold, dude. We lost to Sevilla 3-0 today. What is happening? Harry Maguire, we paid him 85 million pounds. He's so horrible. I don't know why is he still on the team.
You know
Hilarious.
what? I saw this great quote today. It said sometimes rubbish players who know they're rubbish are better than slightly better players who don't know that they're not that good. He doesn't know his limitations. Like sometimes he's got to know I'm a big body, balls in my feet, just getting out of here. And if the ball's in the air, I'm winning it. And if guys come through me, if I don't win the ball, I'm getting the body. That's it. Sometimes you need that mentality, right? And he just doesn't. Tough game for De Gea too.
Yeah, like it's just like we have never the last three times we have played Sevilla in either Champions League or Europa League, we have lost like handsomely, not even a close game.
But Sevilla in Europa League is like playing against Prime Barca.
Oh
There's no
yeah,
hope. That's
100%.
their.
But I think Juventus is going to win that one. Like Juventus like put up a tweet like trolling Man United pretty much.
Well, I would be weary of Roma, man. Mourinho's got that club humming too.
Well, we can talk about what Bayern Leverkusen too. Xavi Alonso killing it first season when he
I
took.
was like Xabi Alonso. I love
Yeah,
Xabi Alonso. Yeah.
like when he took over the club, they were in like the bottom half or even like the bottom quadrant. Now they're like semi-final of Europa League and like top six.
Yeah, they're doing well in Bundesliga too.
Yeah.
Maybe Bayer gave him some special drugs we don't know about.
Well, maybe. Well, talking about top six, dude, Aston Villa. Like Milsey brought it up like a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Aston Villa are like red hot form right now. They're oh my god, they're winning. They beat Newcastle, and Newcastle played Tottenham this week. So no matter what happens, that result is going to be beneficial for Aston Villa,
One win. Yeah.
right? And do you want to mention about like the Aston Villa? They're getting healthier soon. Like this, like end of this month, they're getting like so many players back. They're getting Coutinho back. They're getting Bailey back. They're getting
Yeah.
like Matty Cash back. Do you want to touch upon that, dude? Aston Villa is potential top five finish here.
You know what? Such a nice finish to the season for them. So yeah, like Bailey's been out with the hamstring injury. And it sounds like he's gonna still be out, as of kind of the update of today, but he's close. And then Coutinho is close. They said it'd be 2 weeks from the 7th, and so we're at 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
maybe this weekend,
Mhm.
right? And then same with Cash. It was like 2 to 3 weeks at the end of March. So we're at
Yeah.
the window. Like everybody's coming back. They're getting healthy. The pessimists out there will tell you, well, maybe they can't find the right mix of chemistry with a few extra bodies in the dressing room. But it looks like nothing that they can do wrong right now.
Well, and their coach is no joke. He was the Sevilla coach. That's the connection right there. Like he was killing it with Sevilla, and now, yeah, I think Aston Villa is a
No, it's great for them because yeah, they've been in the relegation battle a
yeah,
lot,
yeah,
right? So it's good for them that all of a sudden they're a top half team.
yep. And again, like I know like Brighton's pretty hot too, but Brighton what play Man United in the FA Cup this weekend.
Yeah.
And they have a match against Man City, which they're missing this weekend because of FA Cup. So again, it's like a little like fun battle, like Tottenham, Newcastle, like even Man United. Like I don't
Even
know
I was gonna say, yeah, it's not
exactly.
like Man United's in the clear either.
Yeah, and like Liverpool, I think like Liverpool either win like 7-0, 8-0, or they lose. That's all they do. They
They've
beat like
fallen up.
Leeds United 6-1.
I actually think they're gonna have a bad finish to the year. I don't know why. I just think things are falling apart for them. Um, and it's so funny because Mane's having a terrible time at Bayern too. It's just like everything's just gone wrong for that entire core.
Mhm.
Salah's record, tied by Holland, broken by Holland. It's just like, things just falling apart for them.
Well, Klopp is still a great guy, dude. Klopp is still a great.
5 year run, 6 year run, you could
Yeah,
argue, right?
that's great. Yeah, one off year. I think he'll be back. I think he's a great coach. But again, like what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I think that's a battle. Like you're talking like maybe 9 points difference out there. It's similar to the relegation battle. And of course, Chelsea is trying real hard to get relegated, I guess. I think that's what I think it's happening.
Yeah, they've absolutely fallen apart. I thought they'd have a better showing against Madrid, but they have nothing. They have
They have
nothing in
nothing.
that tank. I don't even think they have enough time to figure it out before next season because it's April.
Yeah.
And so 4 months from now, the next campaign begins.
Yeah, and like what this season is going to end like end of May, and then boom, transfer window. Then they have I think they're coming to the US, or they're going to one of the Asia tour or the US tour, and boom, season starts like August. So it's going to be tough.
And they already
Well,
spent their money. Nothing's changing, you
yeah,
know?
and how much more can they spend? Like like the financial fair play comes into effect out there, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, so we haven't talked about two teams. They're battling for the top spot. Your Arsenal,
My
your
Arsenal. They
prediction
become my
Arsenal,
Arsenal.
dude, they got so cocky. All they had to do, they had a 2-0 lead. All they had to do was like finish the game smooth. They tried like some, like, I don't know, they got a little fancy there, ended up dropping points. Now they're 4 points ahead of Man
Mm,
City, but Man City has another game in hand.
yeah.
And after this weekend, they're going to have 2 games in hand. And guess what? Next Wednesday, Man City play Arsenal at home.
I know that might be the league right there. That legit might be the league title.
Dude, that's like a, oh my God. I think Arsenal, like maybe, I don't know. That like you said, that game's going to be decided. Arsenal has to win that game.
It's huge for them too because like they've kind of struggled and they finally entered a new era. They gave Arteta time. It's worked out. And then it'd be different if like they sat in fourth and had a strong finish and finished second. That's different than being in
Yeah.
first all year, stumbling over your feet and finishing second, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough. Do you want to touch upon like other injuries? Like I know Man United have like what 8 injuries or so tracking. I don't know. I think like what are your thoughts on the injuries so far?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few, right? So one is for ManCity, Alexander Zinchenko. He had a groin injury. Doesn't sound like he's gonna play for a little bit here. So that's the other side of Manchester there.
Yeah.
And then obviously the big one is Lisandro Martinez out
Yeah.
for the season. Check our channel for a short on that.
Yeah.
Scott McTominay, right? So he's another one. It sounds like he's still going to miss a few more games, so he's not going to be back anytime soon. So we won't be seeing McFred for a little bit there. And then Varane, obviously, he's got a bit of a knock, it seems like. So they said it's a few weeks. So they're kind of banged up.
Yeah.
And I think mentally they're a bit banged up as well. So they're going to be short bodies. That's going to be a bit of an issue for them. And then I don't know what the deal is with Garnacho. It sounds like he's gonna be back at some point this season. So they're hurting in a lot of ways right now, and they're really struggling to hold on to their position. And then the other thing is you look at the teams around them, and they're in a lot better spot too. Like that's the other aspect of it. Like it's not like Tottenham's having massive injuries rising up and things like that. So they've got extra competition, so they've already got fatigue on their bodies. They can't do squad rotation because they're short players. So it's kind of not a good mix as they try to hang on to that third place position.
I don't know what they're going to do with the FA Cup either. They have like 2 more games. Like they play Brighton and then potentially Man City at the final, if that's provided they beat Brighton. But I don't know. Like I'm telling you, dude, everything started with the Carabao Cup. Like you made fun
No,
of
it
me.
didn't. No, it didn't.
Okay, since the Carabao Cup, we have been so bad. Like we are so bad since the Carabao Cup. I granted we got the silverware, but dude, we have like just slid like this, like deep dive into mediocrity. We are like Chelsea right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just think the team's just not that good, Like I think that was more a high than the team slipping into a low. And I think if they grab some points here late, finish third, call it a good year. Trophy, third place, small run in Europe.
I think we're gonna scramble to that. We'll see. We're like 7 more games, so we'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
It would have been funny if they'd won because Ronaldo would have got a Europa League medal, I think,
Oh yeah.
after all that.
I know. That's funny. That is super funny. Well, let's look into some matchups this weekend. Some really good matchups. Arsenal play Southampton tomorrow. I think it's a must-win for Arsenal. But the big game is Newcastle Tottenham. I think I mentioned it earlier. Newcastle Tottenham, like 4 versus 5. I think that's gonna be an important game.
And you know what? Because soccer disappoints us so much, it's going to be a draw.
Possible.
Watch 1-1 draw. That's what we're going to see.
Yeah, but you know what? You never know. Like
I know, you never know. That's why we watch. But
yeah, but I'm like rooting for Tottenham this game. Because if Tottenham wins, And then like, because we get like more breathing room, like a 6-point breathing room instead of
Yeah.
a 2-point breathing room. It's more of a selfish reason. And also, if Tottenham win or like a draw, like I think like for Aston Villa, ideal would be like a 1-1 draw. So I think that'll be interesting. And of course, like the big games next Wednesday, ManCity Arsenal. And
Sucks it's a midweek game, hey? You and I were at work.
yeah, let's see like what time it's starting, dude. Like for us,
I think it's noon here.
noon. Yeah,
2
there you
p.m.
go.
for you.
Yeah, 2 p.m. for me. So maybe I'll watch it. We'll see. Maybe I'll watch it. Should be fun. And United we're supposed to play Chelsea this weekend, but that's postponed because we're playing the FA Cup. The other important matches like Aston Villa play Brentford. Aston Villa should win that. It's a little away game, so maybe not sure. Liverpool pay Nottingham Forest. Thoughts on that?
Forest are kind of a mess, so it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool won. Doesn't mean anything for Liverpool, but yeah, I think Forest are struggling right now.
Yes, that is true. And then next Wednesday, Nottingham plays Brighton again. Chelsea play Brentford. West Ham play Liverpool. Man City plays Arsenal. A lot of good games. I think like it's kind of like getting clear. The picture is getting clear, right? Like, but again, the mid table is pretty messy right now. 9 points dividing what 4 or 5 teams, and you never know. Like Liverpool makes like a final push for like a top 5, top 4 possible.
Yeah, Brighton's an interesting one because of the games in hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like in okay form.
Yeah.
Right. So that they're obviously the interesting one. Villa's the red hot one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
but Brighton has 2 games on Aston Villa, and after this weekend, they'll be having 3 games over Aston Villa. So
well, and they've got a game on everybody. Like I think they're the only like they have a game on the entire league, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
Brighton are still realistic. Maybe not top 4, but top 5, right? Europa League would be good for them.
yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. Well, thanks again for joining, Harjus. I think it was like fun to catch up. Like we miss you, Milty. Hope you can join us next week.